Hi Facebook, it's Sarah McLeodry from Synergy Behavior Solutions. Today we're going to talk about consent and what does consent mean for our pet dogs and how can we work that into our everyday training with them. So consent is a newer topic, I would say, in the animal training world. This is not just for dogs. I just happen to have dogs, so I'm going to demonstrate with my dogs. But the we want to think about consent in the bigger picture. We talk a lot about consent with our with people. One of my favorite examples is with kids nowadays. When I was a little kid, if your grandparent or aunt or uncle wanted a hug or a kiss, you were pretty much forced to go interact with them, and you didn't really have a choice on if you wanted to do that or not. And we really want to work on empowering kids to be able to say, you know what, no thanks. I really don't want that interaction. And it's about consent. And if we can teach consent at a young age, hopefully then it can carry on to adulthood for both, for everybody in relationships with other people and everything like that. So we want to think about it though also from the animal's perspective. We tend to get pets to pet them, hence the name pets. And we like to do things with our fingers and interact with them in ways that isn't totally normal or natural for our pets. And so we really want to look at what does consent look like from our different animals that we share our lives with. And obviously a dog is going to look different than maybe a cat or a bird or a chicken or anything like, not that a chicken's not a bird, but you know what I mean. So consent's going to look different species to species, but it also looks different from pet to pet. So I'm going to show you a little example with my 3 dogs and what consent looks like for them. And it also can look different from person to person. So one of the biggest things I like to think about with consent is looking at small bits of body language. What are they saying with that body language to let you know if they do or do not want to be touched? And sometimes you have to kind of read between the lines. One of the fuzzy areas that happens is belly rubs. So traditionally, a dog who is on their back showing their belly, it's actually a sign of appeasement or submissiveness between other animals. And what's interesting with that, it can be very much that with people, but it tends to get a little fuzzy, and the very technical term of a little fuzzy. And so what happens is puppies may do that behavior, they lay on their back, and then we pet them. And maybe that pet felt good, and maybe they liked the interaction, and maybe it wasn't so bad, or the reason why they initially gave that belly. Rizzo's having a little bit of a discussion with me right now. She wants to know why I'm talking and not giving her treats. She's going to say, don't touch me, though. I'm going to show you that later. And so the belly up system can be definitely a mushy behavior that can be highly reinforced by our behavior. But my rule is, if your dog is showing you your belly, unless you're snuggled in on the couch and they purposely got on their back and are snuggled in, which my dog Lindy will do, I don't touch bellies. I leave it alone. All right, we're going to work on consent, though. What consent looks like with my dogs. If Rizzo keeps talking. So when you name your dog after a sassy, curly-haired brunette from the movie Grease or the play Grease, you kind of get a sassy, curly-haired brunette, as Rizzo is likely showing you right now. So we're going to start, I think, actually with Bueller, because Bueller's here at my feet. And I'm going to do this the same with each dog so you can see what it looks like. And so I'm going to ask Bueller, I'm going to ask him to come up here. And notice he immediately pushed his body towards me. So that's Bueller's way of saying, yes, please. I would like some loves and some cuddles. Oh, and he's kissing me. Thank you. Thank you. Kissing is kind of a fuzzy area, too. So notice I stopped touching him. And he pushed his head into my hand. He is saying he would like pets. This is his way of, yep, I want pets. This is awesome. I love it. It's kind of hard, I think, to see him sometimes on this white mat, but you get it. So I'm going to take a break, see what he does. More, putting his head into my hand. He would like some more pets. Oh, we found a good spot. Rizzo says, wait a second. That's normally where I sleep. And I'm going to take a little break again, see what he wants. Oh, more pets. So Bueller is a very snuggly, cuddly dude. I joke that if he could live on you 24/7, he would probably be a much happier dog. But he can't. So we have to sometimes make compromises on what those pets look like or whatnot. So notice that time he was a little slower to ask me for more pets. I am physically touching him with my upper body, so he's pretty happy that way. Also notice that I have not touched the top of his head. Most dogs do not like the top of their heads touched. They live in the land of the giants. It's not their gig. All right, we're going to see if that, he says, more? Yes, more. So notice how he backed his head actually up to my hand. So that's very different than petting him coming this way, which I don't do. I don't like to do that with my dog. I'm actually going to tweak my camera a little more up so you can see a little bit better, I think. All right, there we go. All right, more pets? Oh, thank you, little B. All right, now the problem is that I started with little B, is he's probably not going to want to share, but we'll see if he wants to get off. All right, off. Good job. Oh, Rizzo says her turn. Wait, thank you. So Rizzo and I have an interesting relationship. She is my competition nose work dog. So notice her body language already. Tail went down, and she is kind of a little suspicious already. Rizzo has a lot of body sensitivities, and then she also happens to have a lot of allergies and problems with her health that rely heavily on me being a space invader and doing things with her, eye drops, ear drops, ointments, things like that. All of that is cooperatively trained. She can do all of that with the chin rest, things like that. She always gets cookies for it. I make it as positive as possible. She always gets to choose and consent to doing all those activities. But it makes her highly suspicious of what I'm going to do, even though she consents to those things. And it happens that I trimmed her front toenails this morning, so she's a little more suspicious. So notice how she just put her head down. She has completely not looked at me at all. And I'm going to see, hey, Rizzy, oh, can I touch you? So she's looking at my hands to see yes, no, maybe. So she doesn't really want me to touch her. She kind of like checked me out. I'm going to move a little closer. Yes, no. So she backed her head up. It might be hard to see with Lindy being a bit of a camera hog here. I'm going to ask her for a chin target. I'm going to see if she wants to do that, because that might be a way that she might want to interact with me. So her chin target is one of her strongest behaviors. Good girl. And she did not want to put her chin in my hand, which tells me immediately that she is not in the mood for me to touch her. And notice, once again, complete disengagement. She just put her head down. She is not into it. How about a touch? Nope. So she is very worried that I'm going to do something. So this consent picture right now says, don't touch me, lady. I'm not into it. And that's fine. She gets to be able to say that, because that's what we're showing here right now. I don't need to do anything with her. I don't need to pet her right now. If I had treats on me, it would be a very different situation. If we were in her nose work harness and I had a leash on her, it would be a very different situation also. So Lindy actually just gave me her sign for she wants pets. So she just did her little paw up there. Hi, Lily. So notice that I went under her chin. And she says, more, please. See, I don't mind my dogs jumping on me. I actually like it, so I don't teach my dogs not to jump. She's like, oh, that was nice. Oh, she says more. So Lindy has this funny thing where she will puppy down. She likes being pet so much, she'll just kind of melt into the ground. Rizzo's like, I'm out of here, which is typical. I'm going to actually ask Lindy to come up so that she has a better vantage point for this. All right. She's like, ooh, I can get snuggly. All right, so I don't know if you could see that she just pawed at me. She wants more pets. So she is kind of a demanding physical touch dog in a very different way than Bueller. So more pets, please. She liked her back being scratched. Bueller's going to get obnoxious now. Beep, beep. Lindy's turn. He's like, no, I think it's my turn. All right, so let's see if we can do two-handed here. Oh, actually, I'll pay. Oh, so I started petting Bueller, and Lindy's like, excuse me, it's my turn. Bueller got all the love earlier. Oh, there's Puppy Down. All right, yay, we got Puppy Down on videotape. So this is a situation where I actually would not mind petting my dog's belly. If I let go of her head, she's going to fall off the crate here. So that's Lindy's special behavior of please pet me more, 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 more. But notice how with this consent, I am taking breaks. I am giving the dog the opportunity to choose to move away, that if they want pets more, they can ask me, and every dog has a different ask. Bueller is sitting here nudging my arm behind Lindy, asking for more pets. Oh, I get the good spot. Oh, I got the good spot. She's giving me a little kissy face. More? All right. So she could do this all day. More pets, more pets. So we need to think about, though, what is your dog's communication? So, like I said, Bueller is different than Lindy. Off. Good girl. Can I pick you up? Thank you. So I even asked Bueller if I could pick him up. We're going to see Rizzy. So notice how, once again, Rizzo, total lack of eye contact. So even though she willingly came up here when I asked her to, this is Rizzo's domain. This is where she likes to sleep all the time. She does not want me to pet her. Lindy says, yes, more please. And Rizzo, she's going to sniff my hand and then look away. So she said, nope, no way, no how. So we need to think about, what does it look like for each dog? What does that consent look like? All right, this is a dog who wants to be pet. It's pretty funny. We talk a lot about how touching and petting is not really a reinforcer for many dogs. But as you can see for Bueller and Lindy, I can probably get away with pets as a reinforcer in certain situations. I cannot all the time. Bueller is a reactive dog. He's an anxious dog. He has some separation anxiety, things like that. And so if I was trying to pet him as a reinforcer for not barking at another dog, that ain't gonna fly. I better have cheese or chicken for that one. But here in my house, doing this kind of stuff, obviously pets are a reinforcer. Now Lindy's asking to go out. So one of the things we're actually I'm gonna go take you to take her out. Ooh, hey. All right, I'm using a new webcam. It's pretty exciting, isn't it? All right, because otherwise she's gonna keep barking to go out. So one of the things that you could see is after some of that engagement with the petting is sometimes it gets them really aroused and they need to go kind of shake it off and go do something, which is I think what Lindy wanted to go outside to go do right now. She likes to roll around. We have some fake grass out in our dog yard. She likes to roll around in that. Now she just really wants me to touch her more. So I'm going to invite her up on the climb so I can... Oh, there was a good consent of not to touch. That was awesome. Awesome because I wanted to show you guys. So I went to go pet her head, and she totally ducked her head away. So she wants to be near me right now, but she actually doesn't want me to pet her right now, which is pretty... Oh, now she gave me the paw, and now she says, yes, I can pet her. All right, so Lydia and I were going to hang out here, and if there's any questions regarding consent, what does it look like with your dog? You definitely have to look at all of your dog's body language, look at the situation. Do they have an escape route? Do they not? What's been going on that day? All of those kinds of things to see what it is that they want. I actually am very lucky with how much Lindy likes to be touched. She is, I don't know how many Nova Scotia Duck-Culling Retrievers I have had at this point. She is by far the most affectionate one that I've had who likes physical touch. She likes to be in your lap. She likes to snuggle, and she is willing to do that with lots and lots of different people, so which is great. And Bueller, obviously, like I said, he's more than happy to go and interact with just about anybody. He loves them. Rizzo's coming back. We'll see what she has to do. She's giving me the stink eye. The nail trim this morning put her over the edge, I think. So if you have any questions regarding consent and what that might look like for you and your dogs, please drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. What does it look like for your dog? Does it look different from person to person? All that kind of stuff. Kona's Touch. Hi, Laura. She put, what a cute dog. I have a feeling she's talking about Bueller. She has, her and Bueller have quite the relationship, so I'm sure she's talking about him. And I just want to thank you all for joining us today, and please share our videos. I cannot ask you enough, especially with this concept, with it being a newer concept in the dog training world. We really want it to get out there, so please feel free to share this live video later on and leave us any comments or questions in the comment section. Once again, I'm Sarah McLeodry from Synergy Behavior Solutions in Portland, Oregon. We hope you're having a great day, and we hope to see you again on our Facebook Lives in the future. Bye.